Welcome to the Gender Rebels, a question and answer podcast that explores life outside the gender binary.
I'm Kath, a cis woman and ally.
And I'm Faith, a trans woman.
Special thank you to all our Patreon supporters. Hey everyone, it's Kath.
And it's Faith.
And we are on day 3. Well, day 1, GRS, day 2, and now day 3. What's going on? How are you feeling? Talk to our listeners, maybe some who've been through it, maybe some who are still anticipating it. What do they need to know?
Well, the scariest part was obviously before, waiting for it. But since I've had it, I think the hardest part was the dealing with the gas pain, because there's a robot, which we have nicknamed.
What did we name the robot?
We nicknamed it VagBot 2000.
And what's its real name?
We actually asked Dr. Rachel Bluebond-Langer, who's a very serious GRS professional.
Yes.
Probably one of the top in the world. Mm-hmm. And our time before the surgery, when she came in to say, do you have any questions? And we were like, what's the robot's name? It's SP.
SP.
Which stands for single ports.
Mm-hmm.
And not for suppressive person.
It probably stands for both.
It might be. So the robot might be a suppressive person. So, yeah, the robot blows air into your gut, essentially, to give them more room to work. And unfortunately, then your body has to, like, process that air, and your body does not like having that air in there. So that was kind of painful. So the first, getting out of the surgery, I was just kind of sleepy and kind of out of it from the anesthesia. And then they kind of wheeled me up here, and that was sort of uncomfortable. But then what was really painful was getting moved from the stretcher to the bed. That hurt like a motherfucker, and I think there was like 5 people involved. They had to like wrap me in a blanket and like pick me up and move me, and it was just that hurt like crazy. But then yesterday, day 2, I finally started getting rid of the gas.
How'd you get rid of it?
Via a wonderful, amazing process called farting, which we're going to talk about now on this show. This is a personal thing. There's a lot of personal stuff involved. I haven't wanted to tell a lot of people, like, I haven't wanted to, like, shout it from the rooftop, like, on Facebook, because, like, your family and my family, because it does involve junk, your genitals and stuff, and now, it involves a lot of farting. Mm-hmm. And so that was last night, was just getting all that out, and so now it's been a lot better. This morning I got up and walked I had to sit up, which was also not fun, and moved to a chair, which is where I'm sitting now, which is apparently better for you. They removed the leg compresses. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I'm not moving, so I don't know. I am moving my legs occasionally in the chair. I'm either putting them down or putting them up, because I'm in like a lazy boy, like a medical lazy boy.
Prescription lazy boy.
Yeah, it's not a nice lazy boy. So I'm occasionally like putting them up or putting them down, depending on the comfort. And I did finally today get a look at my crotchal area.
Not crotch though.
Crotchal area.
Yeah. So the bandage.
The bandage, which is just a bunch of ace bandages and stuff down there, and some tubes and things. So it's been weird, because for 3 days, I guess, it hasn't quite felt real, and it didn't quite feel real before the surgery. Mm-hmm. And now it's like also not feeling quite real.
I wonder when it kicks in.
I think when I finally get to see it.
I think so.
Because the weird thing is, it doesn't feel any different down there. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't feel like it's changed. Mm-hmm. All the nerves are apparently still sending the same signals. My proprioception has not altered, so it doesn't feel any different. Kath just spilled the ice thing that I was worried she was going to spill from the moment she set it on the couch.
Put it closer to your mouth.
I'm aware of how you want me to record. Kath is always like, put your mouth right up next to the thing, and then she's like 7 feet away from it.
You're the star.
I'm not the star. So, Yeah, so that's been kind of it. I slept the first 2 days. Today is kind of my first day of not being asleep.
Mm-hmm. You got your sparkle back.
Kath says I got my sparkle back a little bit. Yeah, it's just been a little... I did eat today, which was kind of funny. I think yesterday... This time is all blending in my head. But I think yesterday... Was that only... No, it was like the day of the surgery. I hadn't eaten anything in like a day. And so I was like, food, yes, let's order all this food. So I ordered a bunch of food. And I took like 2 bites and my stomach did not dig that at all. So that all went to waste. And then the second day, they were like, you got to order your dinner. And I didn't want any dinner. And I was like, I don't really want anything. But the nurse was like, oh, I'll get them to make you something. And so they brought me food that just sat up here, not getting eaten. And so it's been a little. But today, finally, day 3, I had my Cheerios for breakfast. Mm-hmm. And I had some yogurt with breakfast. Mm-hmm. And I had lunch. I had a veggie burger at lunch, which was nice. Huh. Yeah.
And your digestive system is okay. Like
I don't know.
But your tummy isn't hurting.
The food when I ate the veggie burger, I think I ate it a little too quickly.
Okay.
And so I got some cramping in my stomach, kind of like a stitch when you run.
Yep.
And that has been thus far my most painful. It's just the gas pain, which is just oddly like in my shoulders and stuff, and in my abs. It felt ab-wise, it felt like I had done 1,000 crunches. Because I have been doing a lot of crunches.
You have, and it all just hit you all at once.
Yes, and so that's what that felt like. And now I'm getting a little more pain in the crotchal area. I'm sure I'm probably due for drugs at 6, and it's 5:30 now. So I've avoided taking the oxy.
Good.
So
I mean, take it if you need it, obviously.
I haven't felt like I needed it. So, but I have had a few times. I was hanging out last night, and this was as I was about to start passing gas. Pretend it's an Adam Sandler movie or something. And that was coming in like waves of pain.
Oh.
As it like slowly made its way down.
I'm so sorry.
And so that was really painful. That was like every minute I was just like,
I wasn't here for you for that.
You wouldn't have wanted to be. You were here. Kath has been visiting me, and I've been sleeping literally the entire time that she's been here. I've been sleeping. I mean, not today. Today we hung out. My sparkle is back a little bit, but yeah, the day of the surgery after you visited, I was just asleep.
Good.
And then yesterday you visited, and I was sleeping basically the entire time.
You were supposed to. You were doing.
I know. I felt very bad, and I was not being entertaining enough. That I'm disappointing you that you did come all the way to this fucking hospital.
I mean, you've been really boring.
Yeah.
You've been a real disappointment to visit for the last 2 days. Like, I come expecting you to be, yay, I have a girl vagina now. And instead you're like asleep or in pain and not eating. And yeah, so it's been very boring for me. And I feel like that's what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah.
But you got your sparkle back now, and I'm so happy.
Yeah. I think, it's just been, it's been more discomfort than anything else, and frustration with the fact that I'm essentially helpless in this situation. I'm always like, and I hate to call the nurses and be like, can you hand me that thing that is 2 feet away? Can you turn that thing or whatever? And when I had one of the IVs, if I like bent my arm wrong, the IV alarm would go off.
Oh God.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be like a doot doot. It would be like deet, 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 deet. And so I'd have to call in the nurse, and then it'd be like, the alarm on this thing. And I'm like, I wanted to ask them, like, can you guys just turn this stupid alarm off?
Is there a mute?
I also only have one tray, which is, my tray for my food and my beverages and whatever. But it's also just become like super filled up with stuff. And everyone loves to come in and just pile stuff on my tray instead of, and like one person one time will come in once a day to like take trash out. But for the most part, it's just stuff gets piled on the thing, and it's a little frustrating. But it's been Yeah, it's not been fun, but I'm looking forward to, like, today, today was, the whole thing was like, all right, well, you're going to move to the chair today, and you're going to be in the chair. And so I'm in the chair, and then I asked the nurse, I'm like, anything else I need to be doing? Can I speed this up at all?
Yeah.
Not really.
Get some turbo.
Yeah, I have my little breathy game, which I've been doing pretty good on.
Yep.
Check in one of our other episodes for the breathy game, but if you've been under anesthesia, your lungs fall asleep as well. Mm-hmm. And our human bodies are lazy. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, oh, I'm asleep now. You don't need me.
I don't have to do anything.
So you have to kind of like re-engage your lungs. Mm-hmm. And so that's what that is. So I've been doing that a little bit, and it's mostly just been hanging out.
And you've been able to brush your teeth today.
I was able to brush my teeth. I did shave. Haven't done any makeup. I thought about makeup, but I have a lot of makeup. How do you pick which makeup to bring? And you got to bring the stuff to wash it off. And I'll just, I'll just skip the makeup. Okay. I'd love an iced coffee. Mm. I'm craving pizza. Mm. Just that delicious golden crust. Mm. Some of that melted cheese.
Yeah, sounds good.
Seriously craving some pizza. But yeah, that's basically where I've been. Yeah. Emotionally, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. So I'm kind of, it's like not real yet. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I feel like it will be.
And then how does this compare to, say, day 3 after the facial feminization or day 3 after the breast augmentation?
I feel like this has probably been the most painful of those.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Because of the gas pain.
Okay. The face looked more painful.
The face, getting my FFS done was seriously not a painful surgery. Mm. That one didn't hurt. Mm-hmm. Like, that almost didn't hurt at all. Mm. And
it was the swelling and the bruising.
The swelling and the bruising were terrible. I looked like a golem or something, but it was like...
It was ghastly.
It was ghastly. Dr. Avanesian of Mount Sinai said I was probably the most bruised person she's ever seen.
You win!
So I win, at least with that surgery. So, I was just black with bruising from, like, my eyes down to my neck. Mm-hmm. And that one wasn't very painful. The breast augmentation was a little painful in that weird movements you wouldn't think would cause pain. And this is something I'd talked to with other people who had that surgery. And someone else literally mentioned... hi.
How are you? Okay.
Good. Someone else literally mentioned... Oh, hang on. We got vital check. Yeah. Where do we leave?
All right. So you just finished, and the nurse came in to
Yes, the nurse came in to do my vitals. Kath is. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So the nurse came in to do my vitals. It's weird. We're recording this on 4th of July.
I forgot there's goo on the
So Kath's taking the stickers off for my EKG. So it's been weird. Hasn't been like super painful, but it's been weird.
Well, that's better than painful.
Yeah, definitely better than painful.
How could it have been better?
I don't know.
Anything I could have done or the staff could have done?
I would have liked the table next to my bed to be like better accessible, and I would have liked there to be better plugs nearby.
I mean, there are plugs behind the bed, but they're not super accessible.
Yeah.
And there's USB ports in the bedside table, but even that isn't like reachable.
That's a problem. A lot of stuff's not reachable from the bed, and so you end up.
How it is? Like, I don't know if that's. Yeah. Advice for people like me, partners who are listening now, and their person is going to get the surgery. What should I know or do or think or feel?
I guess just know that the procedure that they're going to be recovering afterward, and that
they might not have their sparkle.
They might not have their sparkle, yeah. I mean, that's going to be the biggest. Just let them sleep. Let them be the guide, for the recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Be patient.
Be patient. That's the problem. I'm starting to get some slight pings of pain from down below. I don't know what that is.
Does it feel like your same old gas, or is it a
No, it's a fun new crotch pain.
Oh boy. I wonder if it's because we took the sensor off your finger.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No. I think it's because I've been shifting around in this chair. It's also, we're recording this about 6, and I think I'm due for some pain medication. So, I think that's it. Just, be patient and expect that, when you show up to visit, it's probably going to be pretty boring.
Mm-hmm.
And, because Kath had to trudge all the way up here and hang out. I think yesterday you only hung out for like an hour and a half. No? How long were you here for?
I don't remember.
Because I thought you left early because I was just sleeping the whole time.
I don't remember.
Okay. I don't judge you for that.
I feel like you do a little bit.
No, I totally don't.
I feel like it might have been 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is totally fine.
And we're limited to 4 hours as visitors.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought you'd be sleeping the whole time now, and you're up and talking, and we watched cable because we don't have cable at home, and it's nice. I missed you.
Yeah, I miss you too.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's sort of just we'll get through this, and I'll be home on Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget exactly, and
Tuesday, I think.
We'll see how that goes. And hopefully I can get to the point where I can pee on my own and I don't have to use the catheter, and because I don't want to have to bring a catheter home.
No, I mean, we'll see.
Some people do, yeah. Sometimes people do.
So milestones you anticipate hitting in the next few days? Walking,
yeah.
the packing coming down.
I actually want to talk to my people because there's been just the regular nurses, and they're not like the experts on the.
Yeah.
So when the next time the plastic surgery people come by, I want to kind of ask them, I'm like, what's the timeline for the next few days? Because I'm really not sure.
Mm-hmm. And dilating,
which I think you do on the last day.
Oh, I thought you started it sooner than that. Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's either the second to last day or the last day.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm hoping to get some more info. And right now it's just sort of like sit and wait, and I would kind of like some better. I'd like some better info.
You'd like a syllabus.
Yeah.
Timeline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
It could be that there's just variants and they can't give you a timeline, but and you also want to meet your crotch sister.
Yeah, which they talked about that a lot in the thing. They're like, oh yeah, you'll have a crotch sister and you can meet them if you want, but they have not brought that up. And
so it might be up to you to bring up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this sounds really good. The first couple of days you were out of it and in some pain, and I had some concerns, but I knew that was sort of part of the process.
What were your concerns?
You were just in pain,
yeah.
And it makes me unhappy when you're in pain.
Oh.
But we knew that would be part of it, and that happened with all your other surgeries, and that's just how it is, and that's fine. But when you are in pain or when you are observing someone in pain, it's hard to get a read on, is this normal? How long does this last? What can we do for this? Okay, well, they say you can't do anything for this, but could you really, could you do something for this? So that was an unpleasant space to see you have to be in.
Was kind of like, with the gas pain. I was like, can you do anything you can do? And they were like, no, it just takes time.
No, just wait. And when you first came out of surgery, you felt like you really had to pee. And they did a sonogram in the bladder, and there's barely any pee in there. And you're like, I really have to pee. Like, there were 2 facts that weren't working. There was no solution to these 2 very opposite facts of your perception of the situation and them measuring and making a declaration about the situation.
No, I've heard that from other people who have had the surgery, is that with the catheter, you wake up and it feels like you've really, really got to pee, but you can't. And I feel like that's still kind of part of it, but I've just maybe gotten used to it.
I think that's it. That was the problem the first time, was the signals coming from your bladder are not accurate.
Yeah.
And now the signals coming, your bladder is figuring out. This is different now.
Mm-hmm.
I have to perceive things differently.
Yeah. And so, that was the thing. And I just remember sitting there with the gas pain and just going like, wanting to be like, I'm in a hospital. Can't you people fix this?
Right.
I didn't say that to anyone because I knew I'd already asked them, and they were like, it'll just, it'll...
Because they would fix it. They would treat it. They would minimize your discomfort if they could, or if it was worth whatever else went along with that. And the doctors in their infinite wisdom have decided that is not what they are
just
going
get
to
through
do.
it. It just takes time. And it only took a day or so, but it was still like...
But it was a shitty day or so.
It's a shitty day or so.
And I felt bad seeing you that way and not being able to help you that way. And then it sucks, and you had to get through it, and I had to get through watching you get through it, and that's it.
Of all the surgeries, this has definitely been the most painful.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, as we go forward, it'll get better.
Mm-hmm. And like they said, dilation shouldn't hurt, but it will feel like pressure, and it will be a very different sensation. Yeah. And we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes. I know pulling the thing out, pulling the packing out, is also going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Not hurt, but I've had packing pulled out of my nose.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not pain, it's just a really weird sensation that you want to be over because it's weird and your brain's like, I don't know how to process this.
I think that's why it's teetering on the edge of pain.
Yeah.
Is because the brain, I think the same with a lot of dental work, isn't necessarily painful, but there's like pressure or there's like discomfort, but it's so easy to tip over into the perception of pain when it's really just super weird and a lot of pressure and I don't like it. Like all of those things tend to come together as a pain signal. But in these situations, I had sinus surgery also, and it being removed is super weird, but it wasn't painful at all. But it was real.
Yeah, it was unpleasantly weird.
Yeah.
So that's going to be unpleasantly weird,
yes.
And we'll see how things go.
Yeah.
It's been kind of like a sit and wait situation, which is also kind of lame because you're like, wait, this is medical stuff. Shouldn't you guys be like
on it?
But it's not. They're like, yep, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
You're not dying.
Mm-hmm.
So just wait.
I mean, you have to heal to a certain point before they can move on to the next thing. Mm-hmm. So you're bored. She texts me and emails me or on calls. She's watching Netflix. She's taking naps. Like, that's how it is.
That's pretty much been it.
Yeah.
So it's not been too exciting, which I guess is a good thing if you're in the hospital.
Yes.
Excitement is the bad
state.
thing. Yeah. So at least I got a nice view.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lovely view. And Kath and one of our friends sent me flowers, which is nice.
Maybe I'll bring you some more flowers.
Yeah. They can't deliver any flowers to the room.
We have to carry them in ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm so glad it went well.
Can you get me vagina-shaped balloons? Do they sell those?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Get some of those.
Vagina balloons.
And really, it's the external genitalia, the vulva.
The vulva balloons, yeah. I mean, people call it the vagina balloon.
Yeah, it's really the vulva.
All right, sexy girl.
Yeah, so, thank you guys. I know a few of you have written and been like, where's my episodes? And we appreciate that, and we're glad that you guys are hungry for more. When it comes to where's my episodes, it's going to come down to Kath and I have a lot of stuff going on in our life, like this, for instance. Surgeries, for those of you who have done them, it does tend to take up a lot of your psychic energy, your spoons, if you will. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who haven't, if you ever get there, it will take up a lot of your spoons and leave you with not as much energy, say, for creative projects or podcasts.
And we want to give you good stuff, not shitty stuff that we just throw together for the sake of putting something out. Yeah.
No, this was just a quick update. So GRSing.
Okay.
It's bottom surgery.
Well, this is just a quick update for y'all. We will give a more complete picture in the future. Stay tuned for exciting updates and gory details.
I guess I should be taking notes.
About what?
No, I have a pretty good memory. We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
All right, everybody.
Love you.
Bye.
If you've enjoyed this episode and want to help us keep making great content, go to patreon.com/genderrebels
Please leave a 5-star review on iTunes.
and send your questions to questions@genderrebels.com.
Music for the Gender Rebels is by Jasper the Colossal. Link down below or download them on iTunes.
For all our episodes, visit genderrebels.com.
Gender Rebels is a Comeback Sync production. Copyright 2020, all rights reserved.
And to all you gender rebels out there,
Keep rebelling!